Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Let me know if you can hear me fairly well. Put a 1 in the chat box. Let me know if you can hear me fairly well. It looks like I see my levels moving, but until I get my mic situation straight, I got to check every time. What's good? What's good on this beautiful Sunday afternoon? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I appreciate y'all coming through. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And so what we're going to do here today is just kind of talk about the preseason. Give me 1 second. Let me set this up. I'm going to talk about the preseason. Pop my chat out so I can see it. Put it over here. Then I could be right there. All right. So we're going to go through the preseason. Talk about, who should have made it, who shouldn't have made it. Different situations, scenarios. I put out a video on Keon Martin earlier today. I know he's probably going to be a hot topic. So really just want to, go through it, get you guys thoughts, I'm sorry. And, let's just have a random preseason wrap up. Now, normally we would do the call-in show, but, taking, R&B is what we call it in this space. R&B, from what I saw Ing Raven do Friday, I decided to do the same thing. So at some point in the chat, the link will pop up for you to join the show and tell me what you guys think. Now, obviously, it'll be video. So just know, check all your situations before you pop on. But at some point, Streamlabs are going to put the link to the show in there, and you can flip it, and then you can come join me on here for 5 or 10 minutes. I can answer questions. We can talk about whatever. And let's just have this about an hour and a half of fun, man, questions and whatnot. So I'll get started. I'll show you my 53-man roster for those that have not seen it. All right, so I did a video right after the last preseason game. Well, actually, I had already did the video, and I was waiting to see if somebody just jumps off the screen to make me change my mind, even though one person did almost jump off the screen. Matter of fact, before we get started, where are my manners? I didn't say hey to the people that's in here. That's kind of rude of me. My bad. I'm tripping. So Ra was in here earlier talking about Teddy Buchanan. So what's up, Ra? KL came through. He says, who impressed you guys the most this preseason? For him, it's LeJounte Wester. I would like to see the Ravens use him in space more. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be tough on this sixth wide receiver spot. So I think I got him just as a kick returner right now. What up, Brian? Appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate it. Chris, appreciate you for popping in. D-Wiz as well. What's good? I appreciate y'all throwing the locked in signs today, but I'm on a different platform. So that's why the little intro didn't go through as normal. What up, Raven C? Appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you. Let me see, who is this? This is Loze. Herb, what's good? What up, Cam? What's good? Rave, appreciate you. Rave kind of inspired me to do this too as well. He was talking about how much fun he had on Ing Raven. So he kind of inspired me to do this as well. I think he's the only person I told I was doing this. I told him one day recently that I was going to do this Sunday. So he's one of the reasons why I decided to do it like this. Let's see who else we got. We got Tila, appreciate it for coming through. Who else? Tisha, appreciate it. And I think TY, what's good, TY? Mary, I appreciate it. Dexter, that's a new name. I don't remember this name. See? Exactly. I appreciate you for coming through, Dexter. I appreciate it. We're going to have a little fun in a second. Giovanni, Ramey, Justin, what's good? Ravenville, Zeke. Let's try to get this thing started. D Weezy, appreciate you. Which wide receiver had the best preseason for the Ravens? Tez Walker. But looking at my 53, let me get over here to the thing. And why that thing ain't popped up yet? Let me see. Let me see what's going on over here. Where my timers at? There they go. There they go. Now we should be good. Now we should be good. Now we should be good. All right. So obviously the two quarterbacks you see, I got Lamar Jackson, Cooper Rush. I don't think. Let me see. What's the name? Chris called him Devin Weary, but I don't know if Chris was here when we changed his name. His name ain't even Devin Weary. It's Dennis Weary. We're not using none of his first name. We ain't using none of his real name. His name Dennis Weary. He don't get a name yet. He don't get one yet. Weary Leary, right? We ain't calling him nothing. Nothing that's even close to his name. Unless you want to put bust on there. All right, running back wise. Derrick Henry, Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell. And I also got Rasheen Ali. So it's been hinted that we're going to take 4 quarterbacks. It's been hinted that we're going to take 4 quarterbacks. And quarterbacks, running backs. And I think Rasheen Ali has done enough to make it. I really do. I like what he's done in the preseason. He showed a lot more than he did last year. I think last year he was a little hurt. But this year, if he goes on the practice squad, he won't be that long. When you go to, obviously, we get to Patrick Clark in a minute. Wide receivers, I got Zay, D-Hop, Bateman, Tez, Tylen, and over to the right, you see PR. That's LeJontay Wester. So those are my 6 wide receivers. Those are the 6 people I got that I think are going to play wide receiver for us. Let's see something. There we go. Those are the 6 guys I got. Now, tight end, Mark, Isaiah Likely, and Kolar. That's a given. Actually had some real insight. And those that know, I had one of my former players was at the Ravens camp for rookie mini camp. And he was a try-on person. And he was trying out for a tight end spot. And I felt like he had a legit shot to make the practice squad because none of the guys behind Kolar, Likely, and Andrews really stood out to me. But he didn't get the opportunity to come to camp. And instead of just chasing that dream, he decided to get a real job and he actually got married this summer too. So he got married and instead of chasing that dream and having that up and down and that inconsistency, maybe being a practice squad guy, maybe not. He got married, beautiful wife, working for BC now. So my boy got his, even though the NFL dream ain't come true for him, I got a picture of him in a Ravens jersey, which is great for me. But that's the ins and outs of professional football sometimes. But fullback, Pat Ricard's up there. Offensive line. I got us keeping 9. Some people saying 8. Some people saying 9. I got us keeping 9. Ronnie Stanley with Carson Vincent at his backup. Andrew Voorhees with Ben Cleveland as his backup. Tyler Linderbaum with Ben or Bullock could be Linderbaum's backup because both of them I've seen play center and both of them were Admiral at center. So I think either one of those guys could be his backup. And Daniel Faalele with Ben Cleveland as his backup probably or Bullock because I think Bullock could play some guard as well. Then at the right tackle spot, you got Roger Rosengarten with Noteboom being his backup as well. And I think Noteboom is considered the swing tackle. But if Carson Vincent keep getting better and better and better, they might not have to have a swing tackle. They might just have a backup tackle at each position. Because, the game, Vincent played every snap yesterday and was pretty good. In the game. I like what I saw. I haven't had a chance to dive deep into it, but from the naked eye, and then I see the clips that Baldy put up from game 1 to game 3, like a totally different person. Love what I see from Vincent. He's starting to get that finish back because I think he realizing that, hey, I can play with these dudes. Every rep ain't gonna be the best. You just take every rep, learn from it, and put it in your toolbox, because the physical abilities he got, with the physical traits he got, you can't. It's tough to find. 6'8" with a dude that can run like that, with a dude that can bend like that and get low. It's tough. But those are the people I have on offense. I think I got 25 on offense. Let me count them just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and then LeJounte. Did I miscount that? Let me start with LeJounte. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. There we go. I thought I had 25. So, and I got 25 on defense as well. I'll start with Matty BK with his backup, Brent Irvin. Nose tackle, Travis Jones, with his backup being John Jenkins. The John Jenkins one is controversial. A lot of people don't really mess with John Jenkins because they say he's too old, but it is what it is. Next has got Broderick Washington with Aeneas Peoples as his backup. And I think we get some sacks out of Aeneas the closer he gets the later he gets in the season, when he realized his role and his niche, and they realize like where to put him in at, because I don't think he's gonna be very good versus the run to start off with. But his pass rush moves from the interior will be crazy. Like his hand fighting, his spin move, all that stuff coming from a 3 or 1 or 3. And I mean techniques, that is. Crazy. Great late round pick by DeCosta. Going to your outside linebackers. Dafi Oway, backed up by Mike Green, Calvin Oy, Tavius Robinson, David Ojabo. Those are the 5 edge guys I think we keep. When you go to a middle linebacker, I got Roquan, Trent Simpson, Jay Higgins, Teddy Buchanan. I think Handman Hummel gets cut, even though a lot of people say Hummel is just a special teams guy. But I feel like those other guys are more athletic than Hummel, so they can go play special teams as well. So the 4 linebackers I got us keeping are, and some people have 5 linebackers. Some people only have 5 defensive linemen and 5 linebackers. I got 6 defensive linemen and 4 linebackers. Jay Higgins being that beating Hummel out, and then Martin probably end up being the practice squad guy. Going to cornerback, Nate, Awuzie, Marlon. Backups, TJ Tampa, J. Loma Davis, Jair Alexander. Those are my 6 corners. And I got 4 safeties, Marlon Humphreys, Kyle Hamilton. I'm sorry, not Marlon Humphreys. Kyle Hamilton, Malachi Starks, Ruben Lowry, and Sanusi Kane. So I got 2 UDFAs making the team. I got Ruben Lowry, and I got, who was my other one? Oh, and Jay Higgins. Now, I just put out a video on Keon Martin. That's the name that really could make my situation be wrong. That kid played some freaking ball this preseason. And so I really just want to, like I said, the link is out there if you guys are joined. Tap in, tell me what you think about the preseason and whatnot. Who was a home run pick, who failed, who bust or whatever. And we got our first person that's gonna pop on here with us here. Let's see how this works. Yo. What's good? See if he's still here. What's good, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. Good. What's good with you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Chilling. Just ready to see.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah. All right. Well, take these glasses off real quick. Let me turn the light on. Anyways, so being no, I'm joking. I ain't gonna talk about Ben Cleveland because y'all might be getting tired of me with that one. Anyways, so I am enjoying the preseason. I actually like some of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said it and you said it before. Some of these guys really putting in the work, especially some of these young cats, and that's why I said I don't understand the signing of Brent Urban.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to stand on that one. And I say that because Brent Urban been in the NFL. How about we give a young buck a shot that's never played in the NFL or that's probably working his butt off to take care of his family. And you never know what you're going to get out of a young talent. You get what I'm saying? This random young talent might have some secret special good, and you'll never know because just because you get undrafted, that don't mean you ain't good. You just one of the lucky. There's people that they get undrafted all the time, and they come to find out they're like really good.
True.
Or
True.
at least develop into something that's really, really good. Okay. So let me get off Brent Urban's old ass. Anyways, so my bad. So
let me ask you a question before you move on.
Sure.
Who would you replace Brent Urban with?
Yeah, any undrafted free agent. Any.
Okay.
Any, because I just feel like he's older and we could possibly get some young legs out there. And who knows? He might be a development for the year come. He's cheap, young. Let's get it done. But okay, that's just me though. If I was a GM.
Gotcha.
Second thing, I said this on Raven Channel. I just want to say to you, I just feel like Raven fans have to stop this friendly love for someone just because he was a good guy on the team. If that makes sense. Like, oh, this guy, he comes to practice. He's a hard worker. He loves the team, but he can't do nothing in the game. I'm sorry. We have to stop doing that. We have to stop signing guys like that. That's just me.
Name names.
Name names?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm talking about the player.
Chris is gonna hate me, man.
Oh, never mind. Don't say it.
Let me stop. Cause I like Chris. Chris will throw shade back.
What? Sure will.
But TJ Tampa. I want everybody to understand. He reminds me of Jimmy Smith so much. He's already starting off with the injuries. He has long arms. If anybody watches his college film, he has a really good eye for the ball. I know he's had his ups and downs this preseason or whatever. So, but for me, I'm looking at it like, well, he kind of just now getting snaps, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping he can develop into something because I stuck my neck out for him a little bit by telling people like this dude, to me, is probably the next Jimmy Smith, which is really hard to do because Jimmy Smith is a good corner. But he just reminds me because Jimmy wasn't the fastest. TJ Tampa is not the fastest. They both got long arms. They both have a good eye for the ball. They're tough. They have no fear. So they just remind me of each other. But anyways, when it comes down to my offense, I'm loving it. You know, I'm loving the offense, man. Monken has definitely developed Lamar Jackson into a much better spreader, a much more optional quarterback that can just spread his offense. You know, he doesn't have to just follow blocks and run the ball all the time. He can actually, he can hit him with a pass. And I think that was the key moment for people to understand about Lamar. I think his running should be a bonus, a secret help of if something happens or he needs to run. It shouldn't be like, oh, let's rely on Lamar Jackson running. And that's why they have Falala, as they say, Falala, or whatever. They have him because, we know that Falala, because he falls on the ground, hey. Anyways, that being said, I think hashtag Ben Cleveland should start. That's just me. Personally, it's okay. Hashtag Ben Cleveland, but that's just me, though. Last thing I want to say, because I don't want to hold this up too much.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say is this: Mark Andrews. I promise you. I tried to hold off just a little bit on you last season, but I promise you this season, Mark Andrews, I promise you, and people keep thinking like this is the first time he's ever. If you look at his record, Mark Andrews has been dropping in the postseason all the time. He somehow is the greatest tight end in the world. Oh my God, that dude has hit history, the most touchdowns in the world. But he comes to the postseason, he looks like probably one of the top worst. He looks like he can't do nothing. I mean, nothing. So,
Terrible.
Mark Andrews, this is your chance. Okay, we got mad at you for leaving the podium. You hid from the questions on why you dropped the ball when it's wide open. But okay, and then you got some of the pressers trying to blame Lamar on the lowness of the throw. Are you serious? He threw him right into the numbers. But okay, Mark Andrews, I promise you this, my guy. You're going to get the full hashtag being Cleveland. I promise you. You better catch that ball. You better catch that ball. I appreciate you. I'll see y'all later, man. Rave Kingdom is out.
Appreciate you, big dog. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate Rave coming on. And what I will say about Mark is him dropping the ball wasn't ideal. It understandably it happens. You know, you'd rather you not all that happen in one game, but it happens. My issue with Mark is not that he dropped the ball. At this point, not that he dropped the ball, not that he fumbled, is the fact that he didn't stand up there and answer the questions. That's my issue with Mark. My issue with Mark has nothing to do with his football ability. I know Mark can play football. I know he forgot how to play football. He probably had his worst day ever in that game. But my thing is stand up there and just like Lamar go to the mic and they get on his case, or Harbaugh go to the mic and they get on his case, or a running back that may fumble go to the mic, get on his case. You go up there and take that medicine too. Because if he would have took that medicine, we probably wouldn't even still be talking about Mark right now, other than every night when we play the Bills. And we play the Bills first. That, you know, they'll probably bring that up. Like I had a Bills fan come in when we was watching the preseason game yesterday. And, you know, we had a little friendly banter and he was like, I don't care. Just I told him we was going to beat their head and something funny. And he's like, that's fine. Just bring Mark with you because he played for us. See how funny that was? So it is what it is. We got our next person gonna pop up in here. Let me see if I can get him on. How I do this. Did they go out? Let's see. Let's see if we can bring them up. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Maybe they close back out. I got somebody backstage, but it won't let me put them on the stage. Let's see what it says. Oh, you got to turn your mic and your camera on. Big dog. You got to turn your mic and your camera on. It ain't going to let you come on unless you do that. That's the message I got. It say you need to connect your mic and your cam before it lets you on stage. If you know who backstage, you know who it is. But again, there is. How many of y'all think that Keon Martin did enough to make the team? Now the cuts Tuesday, world class. The cuts are Tuesday. They Tuesday. How many of y'all think Keon Martin did enough to make the team? I think he did. I think he did. The safety, then the pick six yesterday, tackle for losses, couple of them, in around the ball all the time. But I don't know who would I take off to put him on there. Is it Brent Urban? Do you get a defense one more spot in the offense and you take LeJontay Wester off? Do you go with 8 linemen and add them on there? It's just, I don't know. Like when I'm looking at my 53 that's on the screen, I don't see who I would take off to put 38 out there. Do you replace TJ Tampa with 38 with Martin and just hope you can get TJ Tampa back on the practice squad? Say get Urban a handshake deal. Yeah, that could be one thing to do. That could be one thing to do. Give Urban the handshake deal. Appreciate you. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention to church. Pay attention. But I've really been struggling with this since I made that video this morning to figure out where to put Keon Martin. And would I even alter my 53 to put him on there? It's crazy. We loaded. We loaded. Ed say he letting Ali go. So you let Rasheen Ali go and have more. Well, I guess it don't matter. I would say have more defenders than you have people on offense, but it doesn't really matter. 24, 26 ain't a big difference. Or 27 and 23, that ain't too big of a difference. But I want Lamar to have all the weapons as possible. Rasheen Ali, I got him on there. I think Rasheen Ali's going to be the other kick returner with Keith Mitchell. I think they're going to have both of them back there for kickoff purposes. That's another reason why I think Rasheen Ali make it. So him and Keith Mitchell back there as kick returners, with LeJounte as a punt returner, I think them your three special teams guys right there. Because Keaton and Rasheen both look good in kick return. And that's why I think they're going to keep, that's why I think they want to keep 4 running backs for the new kick return. For those that don't know the kick return rule, and I'm just getting abreast of it myself, is if you kick the ball and it lands in the little 20-yard zone, they got to return it. If you kick it in the end zone, they get it at the 35. If you kick it out of bounds, they get it at the 40. So yeah, you want 2 guys back there with the potential to have home runs, and both of them showed that they can do that and at least give you decent field position on the kickoff team. All right, we got our next guest that popped in. Let me get him in. Boop. What's good? How you doing today?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good.
I watch quite a bit, but I don't really comment too much. I don't really catch you live too often, but yeah, it's cool.
It be random, hit or miss.
Yeah. Oh man, but man, I think the biggest takeaway that I've taken from preseason is just the coaching of the DBs. It's been a stark difference as far as the amount of turnovers, just the play in general we've seen. I think it's going to translate big into the preseason, especially when you get, the ones out there. I expect us to lead the league in turnovers by a wide margin, just off the strength of that. And the pass rush.
Yes.
The way that it's tying together, the pass rush and the coverage is it's looking great from the backup. So I'm expecting a lot from the starters. That's one of the big things I've seen. As far as I don't see how they keep Jenkins on the roster. I mean, I haven't seen anything from him in preseason. Haven't heard anything from practice. And this guy CJ Okoye is showing a lot of promise. I just don't know how you risk losing him by putting him on the practice squad. I see Jenkins as a guy that if you cut him, he's still gonna be on the street come week 4. I don't think he's a guy that's going to get picked up right away.
I disagree with you on the CJ part. I saw that one move where he ripped the dude by, and I think it might have been the first preseason game when he chased the quarterback down. Mm-hmm. But I see a guy that's he got measurables, and obviously he ain't played a lot of football.
Yeah, he's raw.
And I feel like we don't have, because we're in our Super Bowl window, we don't have the opportunity to just develop him. And I feel like Jenkins then played good football. He played an enormous amount of snaps last year as a 34-year-old. He won't have to nearly play that many snaps this year as a 35-year-old because we got other people. Like, he was the number 1 defensive tackle with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Because Christian was hurt.
He's a player for sure, but I just feel like when it comes to CJ Okoye, I am leaning more towards the potential.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see how he makes it onto a practice squad. And I don't know if they can,
CJ, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know if he makes it onto a practice squad. I think he gets picked up right away. because the potential is there. He doesn't really understand the game yet because he's very raw to it, but that's a tough decision if you're a GM because everything is there, the talent's there. He just has to learn the game. That's a tough one.
He's extremely raw.
So, and I think the offensive line is interesting with the development of Corey Bullock. If I mean, we all know Ben Cleveland is in the doghouse. We already understand that. But, Faalele struggles again. Corey Bullock, he looks like a guy that could play guard.
Yep.
He's more of a scheme fit than Faalele is as far as being able to do the zone blocking scheme, being able to, get out in space. He's more of a natural fit. And I think they've given him so many reps because they see him as a potential. I see him as a guy that might be a starter for us next year. I mean, we got a couple guys hitting free agency next year. I think he might have a chance.
This is his second year. Yeah, this is second year. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I think they kind of gave him a test in training camp just to see if he does have that potential to be a starter. I think he might have a chance next year to start, and he might get a chance during the season if Faalele does not show significant improvement.
True.
So I thought that was interesting. And is it Keon Martin or Kevin Martin?
Keon Martin, as far as I know.
Yeah, Keon Martin. That's a guy that may have to make the roster because he could be your backup nickel.
Yeah. Like I said, he not on my 53, but I really do think he makes it somehow.
Because they haven't talked about Awuzie being in the nickel. They've talked about him being an outside corner and backup safety.
True.
So they don't have a backup nickel that they've spoken about at the moment. So he could be he's been in the slot. So he could be a backup nickel. So he may have forced his way onto the roster as a backup nickel.
So with that being said, if he does, what DB would you drop? Jalen Norman-Davis, TJ Temple, or does Ruben Lowry not make it? Or Sanusi Kane?
I feel like Sanusi Kane is the elephant in the room nobody talks about. He's a good special teamer, but he hasn't done anything in either preseason to really wow you to the point that he has to make the roster. Unless he's unless they view him as like an absolute demon on special teams. But I could see Sanusi Kane being gone, him and Bo Braid. I mean, because they can. Those are two guys that you could put on your practice squad.
Agreed.
I don't think those guys getting cut means that they're gone from the team. I just think those are guys that won't necessarily get picked up on other people's 53. But I feel like Keon Martin and Ruben Lowry would definitely get picked up on someone's 53 if they were let go. True.
So just looking at that at my list while you were talking, because Jalen Norman-Davis has played some safety as well. We could obviously bump Jalen Norman-Davis to one of them safety spots and add Martin, and then I would be fine with that, and that would be Sanusi Kane getting the boot.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I see Sanusi Kane and Bo Braid, and I'm a Bo Braid guy. I'm a Maryland fan through and through, so I would love to see him make the team. But to me, he's a guy that if he's cut, no one's gonna look for him, and he'll make the practice squad. Same thing with Sanusi Kane.
Yeah,
I think those are two practice squad guys, and I think you keep Keon Martin and Ruben Lowry, because I see Keon Martin like actually playing snaps for us in certain packages where they go 4 wide or something like that. You need 2 nickels on the field, 2 slot corners.
That dime look. I think somebody was mentioning it in the chat, talking about him playing in a dime package.
Yeah,
I definitely can see it.
Yeah, I see him being. I think he earned himself a package. I mean, it might be a limited package, but I think he'll be a dime corner.
And that for him, the game check is a lot different from that practice squad check. So that's gonna be better on him and his pockets as well. Definitely better on him.
And I know you were talking about Carson Vincent. I I think he's shown enough to be, you know, maybe 3 years down the road, when Ronnie's contract is done, he could possibly be that replacement.
Yeah, the more and more I see him play, I don't even think it's gonna be 3 years. I'm gonna say this time next year he ready to play. May not necessarily be tackle, you know, like kicking right out off, but he can definitely compete for one of them other spots.
Voorhees not going anywhere. He's gonna be locked in for the next 2 years, and then I think Faalele is gone, but you got Roger Rosengarten. I think it's gonna be kind of tough, but I think he does see the field, you know, sooner than we anticipate. But
right. This is Voorhees' third year, correct?
Yeah. So we got
Voorhees' third year. So we got one more year after this with Voorhees.
Yep. So, and then after that'll be Carson Vincent's probably time to really get a shot. I think Corey Bullock is going to start.
Corey Bullock, yeah,
we'll start some way next year. From what I'm seeing, Corey Bullock might be starting by mid-October.
Right.
If Faalele doesn't improve enough. Like I don't think Faalele is horrible. I just feel like a lot of it is his conditioning. I think he waited too long to try to get in NFL shape, and he just didn't take it seriously from rookie to pro. And he's a mountain of a man. He as big as he is. I mean, it just takes time to get in that type of shape at that size.
Just think about this: him and Carson Vincent, the same height. They look totally different.
Yes,
they move totally different. Both of them 6'8".
Like you talk, like most people have to eat their way up into being NFL playing weight. He has to eat his way down into being NFL playing weight. He came into college at 400 pounds. Like that's not normally the thing. So he's had to work his ass off to get in shape to where he is now. But if he had been doing that as a rookie to now, he would look a lot different. And I think a lot of the reps that he loses is more conditioning than technique. I think his conditioning, influences his technique.
Right.
So
because he get them laser hands when he go to try to block outside, and anytime you reaching outside, you setting yourself up to get ran straight through. If the defender gets right and hit you with a bull rush when you go to grab, you see what you see. It happened to 3 people this training camp. It happened to Ben Cleveland. It happened to Vincent, and it happened to Faalele.
Multiple times. We saw him get walked back in the stadium practice.
Sure did.
It's not like it's a one-time thing with him. It's a consistent thing. I feel like Faalele plays his way into shape. Like I don't think he's in quote unquote playing shape yet. I felt like last year by the time we got to week 5, week 6, he was decent and he started to get better. As the season went on. I think we're going to kind of see the same thing this year, where maybe by week 4 instead of week 6, he'll hit his stride and then he'll improve throughout the year.
He does look. He's coming into this camp looking a lot better than he's ever come into camp. So, like you said, maybe it'll be game 3 or 4 when he's ready. But I mean, as much as I don't have a lot of faith in him, the fact that we have a set 5 now, I just want them to get together and learn each other, learn how they move on different blocking schemes, and so they can just move as one and go forward. Because I don't like with us having a 5, as much as I would like for somebody else to be in that 5, I'm at the point, don't change it unless it's injury, because you want them to figure, to jail and figure that stuff out, because constantly rotating, like when we rotated them linemen last year, that wasn't successful. That was never going to be successful. You need 5 guys.
Bullock was getting a lot of reps with them ones. He was getting a lot of reps with the ones. So I mean, it was at center, but he can move over a spot. I'm sure Linderbaum and Rosengarten to get on the same page with him pretty quick.
And the zone stuff with Bullock would be even better, because Faalele just off foot speed can't get to some of them linebackers on second level.
Yeah, and that's one of the major issues, is that we're a left-handed running team because of Faalele, because we can't run certain schemes to his side. You put Bullock and you can instantly run your scheme to either left or right.
Yeah,
it keeps defenses a lot more honest.
And he's not a great puller either. He's a big body. He's a big body coming around that corner, but he don't really hit his target like he's supposed to. I did a film on him where he was pulling and he hit the wrong shoulder and basically threw the guy into the tackle because he hit the wrong shoulder.
Yeah, he's just limited. You just gotta hope that he plays his way into shape. You know, they said he's about 360 now. I don't believe that, but maybe he can get there. You know, by mid-season, because you know all that wear and tear on your body, you definitely lose weight during the season.
You see, he 360 to 380 at 6'8", and Vincent is 6'7", 320. And looks and moves totally different, which is crazy. But ain't nothing wrong with Faalele's size if he had the violence and the strength that you expect to come out of a body like that.
Oh, if he was playing like Larry Allen, we wouldn't be having this conversation
at all.
We'd be running ISO. We wouldn't be his own team.
Whoa! Can you imagine ISO with Faalele and Ricard leading it?
That's what I'm saying. If he was out there playing like Larry Allen, we'd be running ISO all game, saying, Derrick Henry, I know you like stretch, but this hole, you see this hole right here?
Get straight downhill. So I'm cool with it. I just want them to jail and get some continuity together, because at this point it's all about winning games. We can't afford to lose any of these early games because we're trying to figure stuff out, because you see how it bit us in the butt last year. That game should have been at M&T Bank, but it was on the road, and I would say mainly because of the Raiders game. There's no way we're supposed to lose that game.
Yeah, I think the first 6 weeks of the season will determine whether or not it'll determine the Ravens seeding. There'll be a 2 or 3 seed if they don't come out hot.
I agree.
They won't be the one, because they play Buffalo. They play 5 out of 6 playoff teams the first 6 weeks. 5 out of 6 division winners.
I'm gonna tell you just a second.
Buffalo, Detroit, Kansas City. Who else did they play?
Buffalo week 1, Cleveland week 2, Detroit week 3, Kansas City week 4, Houston week 5.
Yeah. Houston.
Rams week 6.
Yeah, so 5 out of 6 are division winners. Yeah, so they got to start out hot, because if they go 3-3, they're probably looking at 2 seed at best.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means those 2 of those 3 losses are probably to KC and maybe Buffalo. So you're probably looking at 2 seed at the best in that situation.
Glass half full. What if we come out this stretch 6-0?
I think it's a strong chance they come out 6-0. I expect them to beat Buffalo pretty handedly, because Buffalo hasn't done a lot to improve during the season. I'm like, their biggest addition is Joey Bosa,
right?
And they still don't have an answer for how Zay Flowers stretches the field horizontally, and you still have to defend the threat of Patrick Ricard and Derrick Henry coming downhill at you. So I think that's going to be a problem for them. And I think they did nothing to improve their receiver run. Their receiver run.
All they did was got some, and Brandon just said it, they got bigger up front. They went and got the big old guy from Kentucky, and they got one more defensive tackle. I think their first couple picks were all defenders. So they tried to get bigger up front, because Ed Oliver he's a good D tackle, but he's basically a pass rusher. You can get him up out of that quick, like the first play of the game when Derrick scored that long run. You can get him up out of that quick. So they just tried to get better up front to make it bigger up front. I'm sorry. And
if you look at Josh Allen's numbers, he doesn't put up a lot of passing numbers against the Ravens in any game he's played us. And with the upgraded secondary, I don't see them really being competitive opening night. Unless Keon Coleman took some dramatic leap and he's Des Bryant 2.0 now. Right. Kind of like how he looked at FSU. I don't see them being competitive opening night with the Ravens. As far as Houston, that should be they're not really competitive with the Ravens. They haven't been. Kansas City, that's going to be a challenge. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be back this year. I think the Patrick Mahomes that we saw win his second MVP, I think we're going to see a mix of that type of Patrick Mahomes. I think he's going to be a lot more surgical. The receivers are a lot better. And being that the receivers are a lot better, I think a old wash Travis Kelce is going to look like the old
Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I think it's going to look like the old Travis Kelce because he's not going to be the focal point anymore. Xavier Worthy took a step in the playoffs. He started to look like a real wide receiver in those playoffs. Hollywood is coming in healthy, and he doesn't have to be all world there. He just has to do his job.
Yep.
And him and Patrick Mahomes have probably developed more deep ball chemistry because that's what Hollywood specializes in, is that deep ball. And then you got Rashee Rice, and
he gonna miss 4, but still.
The league seems to either love Kansas City or hate us because he won't be getting suspended until after our game. So we're gonna have to face Rashee Rice. So
true.
But I like Marlowe matching up against him. We have a corner that matches up against each one of their wide receivers. So you put Nate on Worthy, their fastest guy. You got Jair on Hollywood, and you got Marlowe on Rashee in the slot. I kind of like that matchup.
I like our D line versus their O line.
I love our D line versus their O line. Because their new left tackle, he was Mike Green's whooping boy.
Yep.
So not worried about that one. And Juwan Taylor still Mr. False Start Taylor. They don't call it, but
called it on us.
But he jumps back early every snap, damn near. Language. And yeah, I like that matchup a lot, but I don't like Chris Jones versus Faalele. That's the matchup I don't like.
Who does? And all he gonna do is, even if Faalele have a decent game, he gonna go over there and try Voorhees, see what he got. Voorhees can do something for him, then he gonna go try Linderbaum in the middle.
I think Voorhees is much more ready to face a Chris Jones than Faalele is. Like just that tackle background, he has good hands. His feet, everything about Voorhees is like you're seeing the improvement every time he steps on the field. And I like Voorhees. I think Voorhees playing next to Lamar, I don't know, playing on another team, but playing with Lamar, I think he's a guy that, maybe next year could get maybe Pro Bowl consideration. Because Derrick Henry's going to get those rushing yards, Lamar's going to get those passing yards. Those are the guys protecting them. I think he's a guy that's going to play well enough to be a Pro Bowl consideration. If Faalele got Pro Bowl alternate, that
lost a lot of credibility with me last year. Pro Bowl don't mean like it used to.
It doesn't mean as much as it used to, but I'm just saying, like, if Faalele got Pro Bowl consideration, I think Voorhees can get a Pro Bowl playing with Lamar. I think he's talented enough, and I think he won't look bad playing because you can't rush Lamar like you can any other quarterback. You can't unleash your full pass rush skill set on him. So I think Voorhees will look good. I think he'll look good.
What does scare me about Chris Jones is, he plays every position on the defensive line. What if he forget all this? I'm just gonna run through Roger Rosengarten. Because I'm not saying Rosengarten don't have great technique, but when Chris just bull rushes, Rosengarten don't have enough bricks in his pocket to stop Chris bull rush.
I would rather Chris Jones rush from the edge than rush from
interior.
Rush from the inside. They tried that in what was it, the 2021 season? They tried Chris Jones at edge, and we had him frozen the entire game.
Yep, we read him. We ain't blocking. We just read him.
Yep, but we had him frozen the entire game. I think Todd Monken would be smart enough to figure out how to implement some of those same things, kind of have him thinking more than reacting.
Right.
In that situation. So
tell you a quick story. Jeffrey Simmons that played for the Titans?
Oh yeah.
So in high school, we couldn't block Jeffrey. So we just went to the line, and wherever he was a read person. Because they moved him around like Chris Jones moved around. So they moved him in different spots. So you couldn't figure out where he was. So we just had a call. Just don't touch him. Wherever he at, don't touch him. And we'll read him. And it worked for the most part. It was a competitive game. We still lost. But he didn't just straight dominate stuff. Like it was one play where we read him and the quarterback kind of faked the read option. So he took a couple steps with the quarterback, saw that the running back had the ball, and went and chased the running back down at that size and speed.
Yeah.
And he played tight end.
And they can do some things where they wham him with recard and things like that. Things to kind of slow him down, especially if you put him on at the edge. I would prefer him be on the edge. Put him on the edge against Rosengarten. I think we can 2 tight ends. We can put Ricard right there. There's things we can do to slow him down on the edge that from the interior where he can kind of pick who he wants to attack. You know, I wouldn't want him on faalele the whole game. I'd rather him be on Rosengarten or Stanley for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna try to find that weak link. But before I get you out of here, I got one question for you. What are you expecting out of Mark Andrews? He's a hot topic for everybody. Obviously, a lot of people know how I feel about him, like not speaking, but they don't have nothing to do with his football ability to play football. But what do you feel about Mark Andrews? I feel like he's a hot topic for a lot of people.
I expect Mark Andrews to be Mark Andrews. He's going to lead he's going to lead all tight ends in touchdowns. He's probably going to have 700 to 900 yards. And we're going to love him during the regular season. That's kind of what I expect from him. Like you can't stop him. Like he understands zone very well. He understands how to manipulate zones. When you cover him and Lamar have good chemistry as where I need to move in order to, reopen myself.
Right.
And he's a very capable red zone threat. It's when the weather gets cold and you might need a little bit more mental toughness. He kind of, disappears a little bit.
True.
The only time he showed up was that Tennessee game.
The Marcus Peters game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We might not win that game if he doesn't convert that third down on the sideline that Lamar throws when he's rolling out to the right.
So right. Keep in mind, the only person that used to even perform for us in the playoffs was Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah. Hollywood was him in the playoffs. He was like averaging 120 yards a game. Something crazy
like that. And Mark did the same thing he did at the presser. Disappeared.
Yep. So, but Mark's going to have a great year, especially with likely starting the year off a little hobbled. Mm-hmm. He's gonna come out the gate hot. He's going to score a touchdown week 1. They're gonna make him feel good. They're gonna give him that touchdown week 1, and he's gonna hit the ground rolling from there.
I agree 100%. 100%. Fernando, I appreciate you calling, man. We gonna end this thing, and I will do more like this. So sometimes I'll have this up where we can have like the video chats, and I ain't forgot about the phone line. Some people would rather just call. So at some point we're gonna find a good mixture to do both of these, and I appreciate you for coming through and watching the show in the past and having the courage to step up on the mic. I appreciate it.
Oh no, I do this all the time, so it's all good.
Okay.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too. I do that. Oh, he did himself. All right. So with that being said, good people, I appreciate Ray for coming through. I appreciate Fernando for coming through. This is the first time we did it like this, so we'll be doing this more as well. We won't forget about the call line too. The call line will work, and we'll do that as well. Today's Sunday. I appreciate y'all for coming out. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. Like the video if you've not done so. Subscribe if you're new here, and then share it. Enjoy the rest of y'all day, and we'll get some film out at some point later on today. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love.